Hey, bud, welcome to it. It is the 3BeerPod, Season 3, Episode 11. One more show before a little Christmas holiday. Timmer, welcome to it. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Cloudy, how are you today?
I am great, man.
This is good stuff.
I'm enjoying a Clementine right now.
Really? What does that pair with?
That's a good question. Has any brewer ever used Clementine?
Oh, 100%.
Have they? Oh.
Yeah, Muddy York has a Clementine sour.
I've had that. That's right.
It's delicious and well played by Muddy York.
That is one of my favorite parts of.
I don't know if there's actually Clementines in it. Do you think? I don't know.
Do they? Clementines are like really only popular this time of the year, right? There's not really, too many Clementines kicking around in May. Good eats.
I'm not sure when the good Clementine season is, but sounds legit to me.
When the peak season is? That's a very good point. Well, welcome to it. Thanks to those who are tuning in live, watching on Facebook here tonight. We have quite a few viewers already tuning in. Of course, you can always watch it on the Facebook page. It's on YouTube as well. And then on Wednesday mornings, we post the audio, and you can download that wherever you get your pod downloads. It's all available for you right there. Thanks to our sponsors. Want to start with?
Oh, buddy, switching up the order today.
Wow.
We're starting with our friend Chris McLeod at Realty House. If you're looking to buy or sell a house, this guy is crushing home sales. Give him a call. Think Pink. Think Chris.
That's all you got tonight. Shauna over at the Health House. Thank you to Shauna, who's gearing up and got some great deals for the holiday season too. Look Shauna up on Facebook, and you can find her there and talk to Shauna. And of course, always thank you to our friends at the Pakistan Super League.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Stay tuned for exciting news from Pakistan Super League for our Christmas show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They're getting involved. Our guest tonight on the 3BeerPod is from Petrolia. It's Black Gold Brewery, brand new brewery that just opened up in Petrolia. So we're going to talk to them. It looks like they're just getting online now as we speak. So while they get set up, let's check in with what you drinking, bud. We start every episode with what we're drinking for the night. 3 brews that usually, we go with some Black Gold. We didn't get a chance to get up to some Black Gold up in Petrolia, but we will, and we'll feature them on what you're drinking, bud, at some point. But what are you drinking tonight, Timmer?
I went with a solid cold wintry day here today, so I went on the dark side of my beer selections, which pairs well with snowfall. I'm gonna try a Railway City Black Coal Stout. Delicious stout, which I've had before. Got a Muddy York here, the Muddy York Porter, nice dark beer. Looking forward to drinking that one. Muddy York makes delicious beer. And our friends from, I got a Welly here from our friends from Wellington Brewery, the Chocolate Milk Stout. And I'm actually going to start with this one because I haven't had one. This is a yearly beer for them, and it's always delicious. So I'm going to crack that one open first tonight, buddy.
Very nice, very nice. What I've got tonight here, we're already a couple steps into the hazy IPA from Canvas Brewing Company in Huntsville. I should say a big thank you to Darren Ebert, who is our manager of logistics for the podcast. It's a name that carries no weight, but Darren provided these here about an hour ago, dropped them off at the front door from Canvas. He's done some traveling this summer, and he's picked up some beers and finally hooked up to get him over here. Thanks, Darren, for that, Ebert. Canvas Brewing Company, got that. I'm going to dip into the Black Swan, the Golden Ale from Black Swan. Where's Black Swan at? Stratford, yep. Delicious beer. Get to that. And Timmer, I'm not going to lie. I'll be surprised if I get through those two tonight. It's been a rough day. Oosthuis from Search Brewers, the Barn Raiser, the Country Ale. From there.
Yeah, it's good beer there up at the Oosthuis.
3 beverages of choice here tonight. So do you want to pull our guests here right now? We'll continue with some beer buzz coming up. We have some Weird Name Hall of Fame to get to tonight, a couple of nominees for that. And we'll talk more about our Xmas show, which is coming up here in a couple of weeks, and how we're going to set that up. Let's pull in, as they're set up now here, from Black Gold Brewery in Petrolia. Let's see who we've got. This is, we'll pull them over here. From Black Gold, this is Tara. And Tara, who do we got with you?
Hi, I've got Brent with me, and actually Carolyn just joined as well.
You gotta go in the middle.
Yeah,
very nice.
And Robin's trying from another location.
Yeah, I see that. I see Robin's trying to get in get into the back door here. It looks like she's having some trouble, but we'll see if we can connect her as soon as we get in. But guys, thanks for joining us, and I guess congratulations first of all on the opening of a brand new brewery.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you.
When did this idea come up? Was it mid-pandemic, or was this well before the pandemic?
No, this was well before the pandemic. Started out about, I'm going to say in total, about 3 to 4 years ago.
Wow.
There was a little bit of, planning and idea time that led up to it. And then 2 years ago, I got introduced to, these two, and obviously Robin, who's still trying to log in. And then from there, it's been, nonstop chaos the entire time.
I can imagine. We were talking last week to Red Barn Brewing, which is out of Blenheim, and they opened up in the midst of a pandemic too. So it's tough to open up. Any business throughout the pandemic has been tough. Opening a business during a pandemic has to be even tougher than that. How have things been? I guess, first of all, when did you open the doors, and how have things been since you opened them?
Well, we opened the doors 3 weekends ago, November 14th, officially. And it's been really good. We've only been open Thursdays through Sunday. And it's been fairly busy, and lots of excitement, lots of good comments. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Tim, go ahead.
What makes you jump into this? What's your background in beer, and what made you go through with this? And did the pandemic get in the way of anything that you were trying to do along the way here?
So I'm the brewer in the group. I've been a home brewer forever, basically. Started getting half decent at it, and so I figured, what the heck, I'll actually, put some serious effort into it. Self-taught, bought every book on the market you can possibly imagine, read them all a dozen times. I think I own, 3 different versions of the John Palmer's book. What's it called? How to Brew. So yep. I think I own 3 different versions of that one. And like I said, just kept reading and practicing. And I don't know, 200-300 homebrews later, you end up here. Wow. And like I said, to get half decent at it on the small system. And then upgrading to the bigger system. Well, there was a few kinks to work out at the beginning, but we've made it through that, so we're good there.
Brent, that's what I was gonna ask you that, Brent. You go from being a home brewer to brewing on a much bigger stage and being the brewer for a brewery. Like, what kind of pressures involved with that?
Oh, immense pressure. And fortunately, we've only had to get rid of 1 batch of beer. That was, I'll say, entirely my fault, because most of the equipment that we got was from a different brewery. And so the HLT was already marked with all the graduations on it. So we're like, oh yeah, that's, it's beer barrels. No, it wasn't beer barrels. We still don't know what the actual units were. The first beer that we brewed ended up with about somewhere between 125 to 130% of the amount of water that it should have had in it. So when it got, we're trying to put it all into the fermenter, and we're like, we're running out of room. Something's not right. So, yeah, it's like I said, apart from that one, it's been pretty good since then. Yeah, again, just getting up to that point, it was again a lot of work, a lot of practice for the beer side on my part, and then from there, basically, I went to a local machine shop because on my homebrew system I needed just an end cap drilled out, and I couldn't drill through stainless, so I ended up going to a local machine shop. They asked a few questions, what's this for? What's going on? And are you opening a brewery? Oh my God, there's beer involved. Oh my God. They're like, hold on, you gotta meet someone. And long story short, I ended up meeting
my husband.
Getting introduced to Carolyn and Dan.
And then he would start bringing growlers over to our workplace on Fridays, and as my husband called him, he was like Santa Claus a couple times a month, just dropping off some free beer for us to taste and sample. And I was always a wine drinker myself. I loved wine and wasn't really into beer, just because I hadn't really been exposed to craft beer. I just had the regular beer and thought it was kind of boring. So anyway, I started acquiring a taste for it, and the more I sampled Brent's beer, the more I realized, wow, he makes a really good product. And he was looking for investors, and my husband and I talked, and we thought, wow, this would be a really cool thing to do in Petrolia. Petrolia needs another, pub or in town, someplace to go. And so then we decided to go for it. And that was 2 years ago.
Almost. I think it was 2 years and a month when we made the announcement, because I remember it being at the end of October in 2018, I think it was.
And as soon as we decided, my husband and I found like the right building, and you thought this was a terrific building, and then we just we purchased the building right away. And then I got chatting to my friend Robin when we went out for dinner one time, and I was all excited about my new venture, and then she got talking to her husband. We'd like to do that too.
Wow.
So then they were in, and with all their excitement, the next day at work, they're talking. Yeah. And then Tara's a coworker of theirs, and then she found out about it, and she said, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah, I know. I heard that work that they were involved, and I was so excited to hear that something was opening in Petrolia, like a brewery. And I had actually been entertaining the idea myself, except I know nothing about brewing or owning a business. I just knew I liked beer, right? So it's kind of funny because we had kind of talked about the same building, and I had tried to interest a couple friends, but nothing happened. So once I talked with Robin, and my husband and I jumped on board, and that completed sort of all of us.
And we needed the four partners to make it work. And so we've got a really tight group, and everybody brings something to the table, like an area of expertise. So it's worked out really well for us.
Wow, that's a really cool story. Brent, Tara, Carolyn sitting here joining us. I know Robin's still trying to get in the back end, so give a shout out to Robin too. But the owners of Black Hole Brewing in Petrolia that has just recently opened. I got to ask you, Brent, how many beers did you have to provide for Carolyn and her husband to get into the investment conversation?
Oh, that is a good question. I would say it was at least 6 months, and then probably brewed for twice a month.
Mm-hmm. And then you invited me to your garage, your home, to show like how you do it and everything. And that's when I was that was the final thing. I was like, okay, I'm excited. This is
I wish I could say it was some huge elaborate stainless steel monstrosity with no, it was basically I had a bunch of the the turkey deep fryers. The gas burners and all that with 3 pots on top. And I was like, yep, here's some grain, here's some water. We're going to mix them together.
But this is a fun, venture. I have some other businesses, and they're not nearly as fun as a brewery. So, yeah.
That's really cool. Tim, go ahead, bud. Sorry.
That's awesome. I love this story already. I think it's great. You guys talking about the building that you bought. Where you set up shop? What was it, and how did you make it into a brewery?
And while you're doing that, I'll flash some pictures up here on screen. So explain.
Sure. Yeah. Well, it's located in the historic district of Petrolia, so downtown, and we're just off the main street. But sorry, I'll slide it. We're just off the main street. If you look down from the Victoria Pit Playhouse, we're right down there, and we're right on the corner of Robert and Fletcher. The building itself is very old. It's made up of a bunch of different buildings. Unfortunately, there was a fire at our town hall probably 30 years ago, so a lot of historical records were lost. We've tried to find what we can through the library, the public library, and historians in town and the historic society. What we've managed to find out is that part of our building, we have it dated from 1890, and it used to be a feed stable and livery for Edwin Fletcher. And the Fletcher family seemed to own a lot of hotels in town and be, big in the oil scene back then. And then it was various other things. It was 2 different car dealerships throughout the years. And it was an accountant, I think it was, Fred Leneve.
Oh, it was World Data Service.
Yeah. And then it kind of sat empty as a storage building, and it needed a lot of help. We took it right down to the wood or brick inside, and have been restoring it. That's hence the reason it's taken a long time. And we've done a lot of the work ourselves, and we've tried to keep a lot of the historical value of the building. We've got a lot of exposed brick. reusing carriage doors that were for the old garage. Old cast iron light fixtures we've refurbed and are reusing. And we found, when we took the ceiling down, we found some crazy old tools and toolboxes stuck up in the ceiling, plastered in. So, we've reused those, repurposed them for bases of tables and things. So it's really, there's a lot of character in our building.
Yeah, and I've seen that, and I've been through Petrolia a bunch of times. My kids played hockey up that way, so it's a year late. We won't be traveling this year, but it would have been nice to drop the kids at the rink, come by for a beer. But we'll have to do that. We'll have to do that next year. Black Gold Brewery is what the name is. Who came up with the name? Was it the only name that you agreed on? It obviously makes sense to the history of Petrolia, but was there other names considered?
So the original name, that was going to be the name of one of the beers that I made. That was going to be the flagship beer. And we all have full-time jobs. So I was at work one day just chatting with a guy, and he's like, oh, well, why don't you just call the brewery Black Gold Brewery? I was like, oh, yeah, well, that makes sense. Why wouldn't I think of it? And then it turns out that Tara here had been thinking the same thing the entire time. Again, we had never met. We had never known each other before that. And she was having the same name idea for it. So
it's obviously a winner.
Yeah. Plus, it fits with the oil heritage kind of thing.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So what are you brewing? How many brews have you got together? And I can try it when I stop by Black Gold.
Right now we have 6 on tap. 7 on tap?
6 right now.
6 on tap, only 5 canned. So we have the cream ale. That one there is one of our biggest sellers. We're actually almost running out. We're waiting on the second batch to come through. We had to rotate the brewing schedule just to brew that one again so that we could not run out in time.
And I'll say that one's called Liquid Gold, cream ale.
Nice.
After that, we have Pantless and Petrolia. It's an Imperial IPA, but it's a pineapple jalapeno Imperial IPA.
Wow.
So yet, for IBUs, there's about 100 IBUs in it. So it's got, that nice bitterness to it, but it's balanced out between, we shifted the water chemistry more for a malty style instead of the bitterness. So they kind of balance each other out quite nicely. But then you get the sweetness of the pineapple and the heat of the jalapenos that mix together. And I think it makes a pretty good beer. Apparently a lot of other people
I think so, yeah.
But it's one of those beers where you either love it or you hate it. We haven't found much middle ground with people. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's people that just don't like spicy beer or spicy anything. They think that even just putting a little bit of chili peppers on whatever is way too much. So obviously the people like that won't like it, but majority of people seem to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to your nut brown coming in
Oh,
soon.
yes. Carolyn has been.
I love nut brown.
Yeah,
so.
Carolyn's been bugging me for a while now for her nut brown. That one there, it should be out, I think next week it'll be ready. And it's, fairly basic, just a nice dark, well, I shouldn't even say dark. It's on the darker side. Just a nice nutty, yet still a little bit on the lighter multi side. It's quite nice. What else do we have on tap? We have
Derek. We have an IPA.
Oh, Derek.
Called Derek, as an oil Derek.
Oh, yeah.
And that one's my favorite. And we also have a pseudo lager called Where Robert Met Fletcher. So our side streets there.
Nice.
That's nice. Yeah. Sorry, Tim, I cut you off, bud.
No, go ahead, buddy.
No, I was just going to ask about canning. So you have 5 in cans right now. Can I only get those at the brewery?
For right now, yes. Like I said, we're having, I don't want to say supply issues, but people are buying up stuff a lot faster than we can brew it right now. So that's a good problem to have.
Common problem right now.
We also own our own canning line. We went in with a partnership with another local brewery. And so whenever it's not sitting here, it's sitting over there. And like I said, we just keep brewing it as fast as we can and putting it in the cans, and away we go. And if there ever gets to a point where we actually have a surplus, then we'll probably start looking at distribution or something. But for now, unfortunately, everything is only here.
Well, that's a really cool story, guys. And
Yeah,
Robin,
thanks,
shout
man.
out again too. I see she's trying to get on the back end, but we'll have to get you all back on at some point. And we can't wait to come up and visit. It really is, I don't want to say disappointing, but Tim, a lot of these breweries that we've had on are breweries that we've visited, get a little
Right.
background, try some beers, and then get to talk to the owners and get to hear their story. So we're doing a little backwards here, where we get to hear your story, get to see the background. But congratulations on the success. Open 2 weeks, but doing it in the midst of a pandemic and having the issue of having people buy your beer too quickly. I think that's a good start, guys. It's a good start. So
that was the advantage to making the announcement 2 years ago. We built up so much excitement.
just dangle that carrot out there and they'll come
Yeah.
running. That's awesome, guys. Really appreciate it. Tara, Brent, and Carolyn, and Robin on the other end. We'll have to get you all on together at some point. We'll have to come up for a visit. Black Gold Brewery. And don't forget, the website is blackgold.beer, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Blackgold.beer.
Yeah.
Find it
That's
there.
awesome.
There it is. Blackgold.beer. Look them up. Guys, thank you so much. And cheers and congrats so far on your success.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
That's good. That's a cool story from
Hey,
from Black Gold.
what a great story that is. Hey, I love it. Just all came together.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
There you go. I forgot to flash that up there. There's the logo
That's
there.
awesome too.
Looks a lot
Looking
better
forward to
without
getting
our
up there.
faces in the background.
Looking
Yeah.
forward to getting up there and checking it out for sure because it looks pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I love the passion of the Brent the brewer there, and we'll get up and check it out for sure.
That's my favorite part, though, is those background stories where it's like, oh, I
Yeah.
met so-and-so and this. We had a beer and
Yeah.
we opened a brewery. So
Mhm.
not a big deal. Not a big
I
deal.
love a good home brewer too. I'm not gonna lie. I want to mention that this past weekend was the 5th anniversary of the Bad Idea Brothers Brewery, which is my home brewery.
Yep.
5th anniversary was this past weekend, and I have yet to have any investors in knocking on my door. So obviously, I'm not doing as well as Brent has. Everyone that I've given the beer to says it doesn't taste like shit, so that's good.
Hey,
But I've never had anyone be like, we should open a brewery together. So I got some work to do.
let's get together at a safe distance and we'll talk about some investment opportunities. All right.
I like it. I'm in.
Do that.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
I'm not saying me. I'm saying we'll just talk to see if they're there. Okay.
Yeah, we'll Google how to get investments. Or
Yeah.
something like that.
Why not? Why not? Timmer, beer buzz. What's going on in the beer world? First story is: did you see Labatt up in London, Ontario, is going to start brewing Stella and Corona?
I did. They that's the first time that's been brewed in Canada.
Yeah, outside of you're right, inside of Canada is what I should have said there. But yeah, they're coming there and they're going to add some more jobs there. That's always good when there's more jobs in the brewing industry, and that's going to happen in London. So they're going to add those two. Stella brewed in Belgium and Corona in Mexico breweries, and now they're part of the they are part of the InBev group, the Anheuser-Busch group,
Right.
and they're going to move them to. Those two are going to be moving to London and brewed out of there as well. So a couple iconic brands. So hey, for when somebody says we got Corona,
Yeah.
this
You know
is the
what?
one time it's a good story, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I never have a problem with crushing some Coronas in the hot summer months. Can't beat
No.
it, really. So now that it's brewed in London, Ontario, even better.
You know, Stella might be one of my go-tos when there's not a craft available. I'm
Fair.
don't mind a Stella
You like the fancy glass.
every time. Makes me feel classy. My
That's all
pinky
it
up.
takes. That's
Yeah.
all it takes, buddy.
Post going along the internet today from Beer Canada, they were talking about the freeze on beer taxes. Now, I don't want to get all deep into the whole story, but the beer taxes are going up once again. So they want to protect the 149,000 Canadian jobs and thousands of Canadian businesses
Wow.
that depend on beer sales. So they're really pressuring the government right now to hold a freeze on beer taxes. And they say they're going to keep on that, even though it wasn't in the latest budget. They're going to keep that pressure on with Beer Canada, and they're working towards the federal budget, putting some pressure on there too. So,
What did you
You
say
know.
the number was? How many jobs is that?
let me see.
100
Beer Canada and hundreds of businesses across Canada's hospitality, tourism, and agriculture sectors have been calling on the federal government to put a freeze on beer taxes to stimulate Canada's economic recovery and protect the 149,000 Canadian jobs and thousands
149,000.
of Canadian businesses that depend on beer sales.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So how can we get behind this? Is there a petition? Can I sign this?
I don't think there's a petition. I think you just got to let them know you support it. Beer Canada, look on their social media. There's a couple different ways to get a hold of them. But I actually just found Beer Canada today, so I don't have a whole lot of background on it. This headline, Tim, beer can help you combat obesity.
Really?
Yep.
I'm in.
You know, just like the Health House, our sponsor, beer can help you. It is research well worth raising a glass to. Beer can be good for your health. Scientists discovered that some beers are bursting with probiotic microbes, bacteria, and yeast credited with a host of benefits, from combating obesity to getting a better night's sleep. Examples include some Belgian beers, Hoegaarden, Westmalle, and Eichkrein beer. They say those beers are very rich in probiotic yeast. Unlike most beers, these are fermented twice, once in the brewery and again in the bottle. I don't know.
I'm in. Hey, I saw a post today, goes along with that. It was posted on craftbeer.com, and it was retweeted by our good friend Doug Hunter.
Yes.
So it's an article. I'm not sure about the sources, but we'll do some fact checking. It goes along with that. And it's the health benefits of craft beer, posted on craftbeer.com. Obviously a reputable source in getting health information. And it talks about all of the different ways that it is good for your moderate consumption of beer is good for things like decreased risk of weight gain, right?
Yeah. Wear proof, yeah.
Decreased risk of hypertension, decreased risk of cardiovascular. I feel like I'm getting healthier just having this beer right now.
100%.
Decreased risk of heart failure. That's good news.
Yep.
Decreased risk of Alzheimer's. Man.
I love
Decreased risk of osteoporosis. This sounds fantastic.
Jeez.
Let me just.
You can't afford not to, right?
Check out craftbeer.com as your source for all health information.
Combat obesity, get a better night's sleep. You know what else helps with a better night's sleep? The 3BeerPod. Have 3 beers with us on Tuesday. You sleep so well.
The best sleeps are Tuesday sleeps.
We don't have to. We don't have to talk about Wednesday mornings, but yeah. Timmer, we're going to introduce a new feature here tonight. We're calling this D-Cent or D-Bag. Do you want to explain what we're thinking with this?
So we're going to talk about some scenarios.
Yep.
Right? And we're going to decide, is that decent? Are you being a decent human? Is that a decent thing? Or are you just a D-Bag? Yeah.
And you feel free to weigh in. Feel free to weigh in on the comment section or send us a message. So decent or D-Bag? What is the situation, Tim?
Short story long story short. I ordered some food from a local restaurant this past weekend.
Yep.
There was an old guy a couple ahead of me. His name happened to be Tim. Same name as mine. I thought that was cool. Old guy ordering same stuff. He gets his order. I get my order a couple later. I get home. On the bag, it says Tim on one of the bags. Yep. Another bag, it says Timmy. And another bag, it says Timmy. And I was like, well, that's peculiar. Not too many people other than my mom, Barbara Egan, that calls me Timmy. So I'm like, oh, this is probably not my order. Let's see what's going on. So I open it up. It's not my order, but it's actually better than my order. Like a great variety of food.
Yeah.
The quantity is still there.
Yep.
So I keep it.
Yeah.
But I thought about complaining. Even though I was happy with my meal.
Okay.
If I complained in order to get a free meal in the future, is that acceptable? Is that decent? Or am I being a D-bag?
Okay, I got a question then. Was the total, in your estimation, more or less than what you would have paid for your meal?
I got a deal. I got an extra side.
Yep.
A couple sodas in a bag. I didn't see the soda. Like if it was in a drink cup and they gave it to me, I wouldn't. It was just a couple bottles of soda thrown in. I got a couple bottles of soda, an extra side. Good variety though. Timmy is a hell of an order of takeout.
Timmy sounds like a dude we want to party with. I actually feel bad for Timmy on this side.
I did feel bad for Timmy as well. He got screwed on this.
Yeah, Timmy was like, Tim? No one calls me Tim. No one calls me Tim.
Yeah, so if I complained to the restaurant to get a free meal in the future, am I being a D-bag? Or is that decent because I didn't get what I ordered?
I will say, if you complained, you would be a D-bag. You would be a D-bag. Well, you got more than you asked for.
No, I know. It's hurtful. I didn't realize this part of the segment was hurtful when you called me a D-bag.
Yeah, if you would have complained, you would have been a D-bag. You would have been a D-bag.
I didn't complain. I want it on the record. I did not complain about the meal. I was pretty happy about it. I think the whole family was happy with everything that we got.
They want Timmy to be their new dad. This is what they want.
I was actually thinking, wouldn't it be awesome if you could just order, like, here's the price range, here's how many people, just throw stuff in a bag and we'll see what happens.
You know what? Sometimes when you have that conversation of what are we going to have for dinner? What do you want? Back and forth. And it ends up you're having toast because you take forever to figure out what's going on. I think if you complain about that, we get some people weighing into. I think would have
I did not complain. I did not get any. I was happy with it. I'm not a D-bag. I think I'm decent.
No, you're right. Right. Decent or D-bag. So you know what they should have? If they had like a restaurant where they're like, what kind of things do you like? If you're like veggies or burgers or this, and they're like, all right, you get the surprise pack. Remember the old stale candies from the variety store, and they'd be like a nickel or whatever. They're like, throw in there. He's like, I would be in on that. I'd be in on that.
So here's the price range. You tell them how much you want to spend. Tell them that you're allergic to peanuts or whatever, and then you just here's your bag of food.
Yeah.
And it just says Timmy on it, and you just go with it.
Maybe that's the name of the place, Timmy's. Timmy's bag of food.
I like Timmy's bag of food. We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. I'm not sure about that. My mom just texted me and asked, "What if Timmy's watching?"
Hey, buddy.
If Timmy is watching, I will buy him an extra side on his next order.
Yeah.
Because decent.
This guy's a D-bag, Timmy. This guy took your food.
I did not. They just gave it to me.
Or do you go to this restaurant and just wait to see what the guy's name is in front of you? Just be like, it's Robbie.
It's me.
How about Robbie's having? There you go. That's your first round of decent or D-bag. If you ever have a scenario, not a D-bag. No, we'll go with that. If you ever have a situation or a scenario that you think we should debate or discuss on the pod, send us a message, direct message us. Decent or D-bag. That's tonight's new segment. All right. I wanted to show you this, Tim. I got a couple things I wanted to show you here. So this is a story out of the Halton area. Burlington police pulled over a car. I believe this is on, I don't want to say the QEW, but I can't be for sure. I think it's a beautiful car. We can take a look at it right here. It's a Ford.
Yes. That's
a solid Ford
automobile.
Yeah, a Ford Edge. But this guy was pulled over. I'm not sure why they pulled him over.
Right. Maybe because he has no license plate on it.
Well, they took the license plate. Towed the car, took the license plate. He has to go to court for unsafe vehicle and seatbelt inoperative. So why is that, Tim? Let's take a closer look at what happened on the inside of that Ford Edge. That's because he was using a lawn chair for a driver's seat.
That's not acceptable. I'm leaning in so I can see better here. That's not acceptable. It doesn't look like it's bolted in. It's a lovely wicker seat, and he couldn't clean underneath the seat either. Right? Like, come on. Our good friends at Lally Ford do not sell Ford Escapes as lawn chair edition. I don't think.
The comfort line. Like,
wait a second. Why would you pull out this beautiful electric leather? That's leather interior.
Look at that.
That would have been a leather seat. Like, no. I like to sit on lawn chairs.
Yep. Yeah, like I don't get. Well, something obviously was going on there, but like, did he
what
think?
What if it wasn't? What if he just said, "Screw it, I like lawn chairs better"?
Sitting out having a beer. No, we should do.
We should put a lawn chair in there.
I'm sick of the lumbar support. What I want is a wicker lawn chair.
Sick of the lumbar. That lumbar has been overrated. Really.
You know what I hate, Timmy? Lumbar.
You know what? I think lumbar is one of those things that they're just full of BS on lumbar. Lumbar is not a thing.
So, well, yeah, exactly. This is what this guy said too. It's just a waste of money right there.
Right.
So
He got his
I like,
seatbelt though, eh? Wait a second. There's
Yeah,
nowhere
so-
to fasten the seatbelt, is there?
yeah,
That one with the chair.
it's well, they said the seatbelt was inoperable, so
Right.
that was part of the issue.
It's
So,
with the chair that he took out.
yeah. I wonder if he picked that up at a yard sale, like drove there without a chair to the yard sale to pick it up.
I'm gonna need
And-
a chair.
I need one to match the interior of my Edge.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they need sometimes those seats do get hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially
See?
you know,
That's what JT's saying on the old chat there. They get hot.
you didn't see there, but he had a space heater plugged into the cigarette lighter.
Come
Heating
on.
up the no, he didn't.
I got my heated seats. Yeah, heated seats.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
buddy.
too funny. That's too funny. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah,
Right.
that's a D-bag move right there. I just wonder, like, I got a daughter who's driving now, and if I have to worry about guys whipping by, driving like that with a lawn chair as the front,
You gotta add that to the list of questions you have to ask your kids.
Yeah.
Is there seats in the car?
yeah, are you sitting on a lawn chair? What do you? Is it a lounge? Is it a shade lounge? What have you got? What have you got?
Oh, good
Timmer.
save.
It is the 1st of December. It is obviously a busy month, a lot of holidays. I'm going to show you what I want. This is my first. In addition, this will be a new segment for the next couple of pods anyway. Is
Okay.
things I want for Christmas.
Okay. I'm excited.
This is what I want.
Okay.
The
That's,
Pabst Blue Ribbon 99 can case, limited edition.
That's a stocking stuffer, though.
Yep. Yeah.
Like that's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. You know what that is, Tim? Pabst Blue Ribbon. That would be one case for a post slow pitch game for us the boys.
That would be nothing.
Crack that open and we're good to go. That's a
That's an
solid
easy-
night at the old Ball Diamond.
That's an easy Tuesday night at the Ball Diamond right there. 99 cans of beer. Anderson Craft Ales in London offered a 100-pack this year. Yeah.
Got my attention.
Yeah, I missed out on it. Apparently people jumped all over it.
Damn it.
So
Who
things Chris wants for Christmas, the largest case of beer ever.
I'm writing
I
that
like
down.
it.
'Cause we'll never remember that for next week. Things I want for Xmas. All right, Tim. Excuse me.
Dear Santa.
A couple weeks ago, we just had a episode where we talked about a bunch of things. It was like a potpourri episode, and we had the weird names, and we've now added the Weird Name Hall of Fame. And one new addition tonight already. Timmy is going to get his introduction on the Weird Name Hall of Fame.
Well deserved.
Cheers to Timmy. So you may remember this guy is obviously in the Weird Name Hall of Fame because he's the guy that came up with or gave us the inspiration for the whole segment. This is Dit Clapper, a former defenseman for the Boston Bruins. So Dit Clapper is he's one of the founding members of
He
the
also
Weird Name.
invented the
Okay.
hair part.
Yeah,
That is a solid part.
that's the
that-
aggressive part.
That's crystal clean right there. That is a laser sharp. Look at how straight it is.
Yeah,
That's a good hair part right there, pal.
that is. Well, that's before the time of helmets. That was probably a scar.
It's actually a skate blade scar. Yeah, Dick Clapper's descendants are like, no, that's not a hair part. That's his scar.
Dit used to have hair everywhere, and then on a fateful night, somebody skated over his head,
Wow.
and that's how it
The
came.
terrible story of Dick Clapper.
So
The
Dit
death
Clapper.
of Dick Clapper.
No, he's still. Actually, I don't know if he's alive or not.
He's dead.
The Weird Name Hall of Fame. So Dit Clapper is obviously in. This
100%.
guy is obviously in. We love this guy right here. This is
We
this
love
is Dick Paradise.
Dick Paradise. Love him.
So Dick Paradise makes it in. He's into the Weird Name Hall of Fame, as is Dick Felt.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the first
3 founding members of the 3Beer podcast.
Weird Name Hall of Fame.
Weird
So
name Hall of
Dick-
Fame.
Dick and Dick were the first members of the Odd Name Hall of Fame. All right. So we do have some
Yeah.
other members to go in here tonight, Tim. Here's a couple that we had pulled out. Here's Burnt Haas. It's just It's just a solid name. Bart Haas. I think it's a good name.
Solid name.
Former manager of the Cincinnati Reds.
Well, he was the manager. Yes, Dick Sizzler.
Dick Sizzler. That sounds like a restaurant. Sounds like a family-owned restaurant.
That's a terrible family restaurant.
One of those restaurants
That's a terrible family restaurant
where they take your order and then they put the receipt on the peg when
Right.
you cash it. Like, thanks for eating at the Dick Sizzler. Right? Come back again soon.
You know, I was gonna say never mind. I'm out. Not gonna expand on that one, buddy.
Well, we don't have to expand on this next one, but let's have her up for a nomination into the Weird Name Hall of Fame. Okay, from Yugoslavia.
Oh, she is. I thought you made that part up. No, she's actually from Yugoslavia.
So
Okay.
yeah, Ivana Mandic would be a nominee for the Weird Name Hall of Fame. All right.
Mhm.
I got a couple more here. This guy right here, Dick Shiner, former quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wearing a Cleveland Browns outfit. I don't think Dick Shiner lasted long.
Dick Shiner.
Also not sure of his grip there. That's
No, that's a little
not.
hand grenade-ish.
He's Dick Shiner. Not a long career
No.
as
no.
a football player.
Well, this guy didn't have a long career either. This guy right here spent a lot of time in the minors. Steve Sharts.
He did. He bounced around. I saw he also played for. Some Clearville. No, this is Clearwater. Dick Sharts bounced around for sure. He did.
Sharts.
He had a hard time making a name for himself.
I ever tell you, we had a guy that worked in the company. His name was Steve Hart, and our email system is or first letter, last name.
Right.
So I would be C. McLeod. He was Sharts. Sharts. So
just email him often just for entertainment value.
yeah. I'm gonna message all Sharts and see what's going on. So Steve Hart, Steve Sharts there.
Oh.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Hell of a slider.
And our last nominee
Oh.
for tonight's Weird Name Hall of Fame,
Whew.
Philadelphia Kings, Chubby Cox.
The Philadelphia Kings. Not familiar with the Kings of Philadelphia. Not familiar with Chubby Cox either.
So we'll leave it up to you. You can join in on the comments, send us a text, drop us a line. Who should be our next inductees into the Weird Name Hall of Fame to go along with Dick Felt, Dick Paradise, and Dick Clapper, the initial members? Is it Chubby Cox? Is it Steve Sharts? Is it Dick Shiner? Is it Bert Haas? Dick Sizzler? Y'all come back again soon, eh? Or is it Yugoslavia, the pride of Yugoslavia?
The pride of Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'm not even sure where my vote's going right now. Do I get a vote?
Oh, of course you do. Of course you do.
Oh, well, I'm not sure. I'll have to wait until next week.
Do I get one? Yeah. I don't know.
I've got some work to do. I'm not sure who I wanted next episode.
Place your votes. Get them in. Let us know what's going on. Next week, Tim, is our final episode in season 3. We're going to take some time off over the holidays. Who knows, Tim? I've got days off. We might just pop on at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
An afternoon episode? Why not? What else we got to do?
Or a late night episode.
That seems like a bad idea. We should probably stick to lunchtime episodes.
Yeah, that's probably best.
Holiday late night episodes are bad. Although we are looking forward to our Christmas open house episode.
Yeah.
On Friday the 18th.
Yep, the 3BeerPod Christmas open house will be on the 18th. We haven't got a start time yet, do we?
No, 7 o'clock.
Oh, what we're thinking about doing. We're going to reach out to some of our past guests, some of our favorite breweries, and see if they've got some stuff they'd like to give away and join us on the pod. And maybe we get some guests to join us. So December 18th, we'll do that. That's a Friday night. We're going to blow it up and have some fun. You know what we should do? We should do like a whole cameo high-low. We should do it.
Oh man, we got. How long is this episode going to be?
Probably 3 to 4 hours. It's a Christmas special.
It's the Christmas marathon. Well, there'll be some caroling.
Possibly.
That's solid. Some giveaways.
Yep.
Special guests.
Yep.
And
surprises.
Some cliffhangers.
So end of the season cliffhangers. Yeah.
Will we be canceled by the internet? We don't know.
Well, if Weird Name Hall of Fame hasn't canceled us yet, I think we'll be all
Couple
right.
risky Googles might get us, but we'll see.
Risky Google. Maybe we'll play around our risky Googles.
As I was looking for the background of some of the names, they were all risky Googles.
Yes.
When you're looking for when you're trying to find the stats of Chubby Cox, it's a tough one. I'm not gonna lie, that's a risky Google.
That's a risky Google. So yeah, we'll have some fun. So December 18th. Working on a guest for next week. Won't say anything just yet, but we'll see if we can nail them down and have them on. Hey, JT says maybe Ivana Mandek would be available.
Yes, we will. We'll check. We'll check her out. I got nothing, buddy.
That's obviously.
Hey, looking forward to getting up to Black Gold though. That seems like a great team. Awesome story. So if you're up in the Petrolia area, go check them out this weekend. Is it Friday, Saturday, Sunday? They're open, Connor?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Thursday, Friday, Sunday. Even better. All right.
Yeah. So that's our guest tonight. Thanks again to Black Gold. Thanks to them. Sorry for Robin. I know she was in the background. I could see her in and out, trying to get in, but
really?
she was having some issues. So we'll have to hook up with them. But thanks to Tara, Brent, and Carolyn for jumping on for Black Gold. Brand new brewery, the first of its kind in Petrolia, and you can go up there and visit them. Thanks to the team for joining us here tonight. Just 2 weeks into opening. Pretty neat story with them. Thank you to our sponsors.
Our sponsor, Chris McLeod at Realty House. If you're looking to sell a house, give him a shout. He's the man.
And if you're looking to get healthy, the Health House is where you can go to get healthy. Of course, as we told you tonight, all you need to know is beer gets you healthy. Shauna may debate that, and she probably 100% will, but you can talk to Shauna about that.
Talk to her about that. And
we know for a fact,
yes,
they get you healthy
100%.
every week.
Looking forward to having special guests from Pakistani Super League on the Christmas open house. It's going to be exciting.
Reach out to the Karachi Kings. Maybe we'll get star midfielder Dick Felt on the show.
Is there a midfielder in cricket?
I was stretching on that one. I don't know.
Were you?
I don't know.
Huh, weird.
I don't know. Timmy, that's it for the show. Episode number 11. We'll move on. Don't forget to weigh in on the Weird Name Hall of Fame. Who should our next inductees be? We'll induct them coming up next week. Cheers, Timmer.
See you, buddy.